Hello, Master Study. It's Lulu. Today I'm going to do your exclusive for November, and I owe you two more, so we'll see if I will be uploading. Because I did one last month. I think what threw me off was that I did the prior month. I did it so late. No excuses. Okay. Now, real quick. I would appreciate if everyone would watch the self-care, self-love video that I posted here on the Patreon tab. Patreon tab. I would really appreciate that because we're in a space where it's loyalty over royalty isn't what it used to be. We have people using the word friend, they're using the word love. Saying that I'm hurt, saying that, but not really taking into account why are you hurt, why are you confused, not asking questions, right, or what have you. So we want to be mindful of those things as we move forward. Part of your responsibility is to make sure that you are in a space where you are connected and you are coming from a space of learning and growing with people around you. Please, now y'all know I believe in a communal. Of course, in this day and age, it's hard to live in a communal type atmosphere because there's so many people out for themselves. There's so many people out about chaos and ruin instead of love and progress, right? If you want to go far, take a lot of people with you and work together, but work together but separately. You don't have to be in the same space to work together to uplift and build up what needs to be uplifted and built up in the collective consciousness, right? So as many of us that we can get to do the work when it comes to our relationship with ourselves and other people, our environment, or what have you, the better. All right? So that's that on that. Thank y'all. Now, what information do you have for my beautiful master study, please? Give me 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. All right, the first card is trust, and there you have it, right? That's another thing as well, real quick, that we want to ensure that we are not giving away our trust to the wrong people or what have you. Want to make sure that we trust ourselves, we trust our intuition, we trust our connection, we keep faith. It's very dangerous to lose faith, okay? It's a very powerful positioning to stand in faith, stand in your truth, stand in your power, know that you are doing the right things for the right reasons. And you want to ensure that you are, because all too often, even when you watch like crime documentaries or what have you, you'll see where people really are in a mind space of feeling as though like, no, I was right because of this. No matter how much logic is brought into the equation, they feel like they were right. And so when someone has their mind made up that they are right, it's kind of hard to penetrate with logic, right? So you want to be mindful of logic over feelings moving forward, unless it's like your gut feeling or your if you are someone who is deeply embedded in your body and you're an empath who feels with the body, you want to be able to trust those things. So honing our gifts, working on our connection on a regular basis is very important. So with this trust card, it says you can trust the people around you. They are earth angels sent to give you the guidance that you seek. Now, this is the carnation. You can look up what the meaning of the carnation flower is to see how and if it resonates with you. Whoever this is that this card is pertaining to, this is calling for you to stop, work on, okay? I try to suggest, right? I've been working on that for years, but, I've been talking like this since I was very little, so we'll see how that works. How that goes, right, with the growth of that. But when it comes, whoever this is, I feel as though you may be gone through some things where you are not trusting people who have been around, people who were sent to assist you in this part of your journey. Whether they'll be with you for a lifetime or not, it's unsure, but they are going to help you to move forward. So you want to be mindful of that. You may have been hardened from past experiences here. So it's kind of hard for you to have that clear connection when it comes to trusting your intuition, trusting your connection. Even if you pray about, okay, show me what it is that you would have me see, please and thank you, please and thank you, please and thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Please send me a sign, please, right? You want to be mindful of awaiting those signs instead of being anxious. If you've been anxious about receiving signs, calm down, focus on your breath. Focusing on your breath also brings you back into your body when you feel lightheaded or you're more up in the ethers than here. Depending on how you work, it's important for you to ground on a regular basis. Also with this, I'm seeing where softening the spirit, right? With this pink color, I just get this softening, and that's about love and even trusting. Like, here's the thing that I learned this year when it comes to trust, right? The part about, it was an audio book I was listening to. I gotta start remembering what the hell, because sometimes it just be playing real low while I'm working. But the guy said, it's not that you don't trust people, you don't trust yourself. And the reason you don't trust yourself because of decisions from your past, right? So as we grow and learn how to trust ourselves more, our decisions more, we go into weighing the pros and cons of connections. We go into weighing the pros and cons of decisions. We go into weighing the pros and cons of especially life-altering decisions, right? And in this day and age, you don't know what a life-altering decision may be. It can be something as simple as handing someone, helping someone, and they turn. Or you don't know if it's as simple as trying to stop an altercation or trying to, what have you, and it turns on you just being a civilian, a good Samaritan. So you never know. Clarify this trust card for my master study, please. You are at the end of a cycle. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you. So the help that you are asking for, they're asking for you to have trust. This is the end of a cycle. You don't have to be so, what do you call it? Okay, thank you. Okay, so if there's any bitterness, resentment, or what have you, go ahead and release that. Forgive yourself, forgive the other people. Send nothing but love to that person, or love out into the ethers. And I want to say real quick, when it comes to people wronging you, when it comes to okay, that eyelash look drunk, don't it, honey? Because I ain't had no drink, but it would be cute. When it comes to being hurt or what have you, you want to not block your blessings. You want to not connect to people who have hurt you, because what can happen is, depending on the courting, depending on the person, depending on the situation, you can bring more of what you don't want in. It's important that when you are praying for help or praying to forgive someone, you just go ahead and do that. But you want to be sure that you, a lot of times people get into this thing, pray for people who have hurt you. Well, you want to be careful with that these days, because when you pray for someone who has done something explicitly wrong to you, right? I don't know if that's the right word to use, but I'm using it. Take it. You want to be mindful of that, because a lot of times if someone has an attachment and they've been feeding it for a long time and it's very strong, you let that be where it is and let it be handled however it's going to be handled, right? But you want to make sure, that you are praying in a way that you just need your protection. You need your stuff going on. You forgive them, let it go, and let them go on about their way, right? So that's that, because I was about to go into something else, because it's a very talkative morning. Clarify this, clarify Caressa. Deep thinking. There may be a lot of deep thinking, self-reflection going on here, because you're at the end of a cycle. And that's what usually happens at the end of a cycle. A lot of times you already know something is over, it's a wrap, it's done. But the longer that you sit in it, the more that you weigh yourself down with all of the thoughts and reliving the feelings and all of those things. Let it go. This says that I am helping heal physical challenges in yourself and others. You are a healer. If you have any neurological disorders or any type of swelling, water retention, any of those things, you want to go ahead. This is Archangel Raphael, but you want to go ahead and release those things off, and of course, go to the doctor, because I'm not a doctor, okay? But it came through the code, so I just told you what I got. So you want to be mindful of those things. You want to go ahead and get checked up and checked out here, and I will be putting the recipe, the DNA recipe, up real soon. Give me one card for this trust carnation. A wise lady. So there is someone near you, near and dear to you, who is going to help you on the next leg of your journey. Of course, it's always important to respect our elders, respect those who may have more information than we have or we provide. Respect is a huge, also a huge, I should have put that in the self-care, self-love thing, because respect is very huge. A lot of times people don't even respect the people that are around them in their environment. It's really weird. With this age of Aquarius, with this whole age of information or what have you, there's a lot of, what is this? There's a lot of disrespecting our elders, disrespecting authority, disrespecting people who have come to be a guiding light. I've seen a number of people who have done lectures from our past who have crossed over, and it's very interesting how we are in a space where people will disregard some of the most beneficial information with some of the most absurd comments, or with some of the most absurd points of view. So I found that very interesting, and it really touched me in places where, it's just like, is there any hope for humanity? Because it's beginning to look like there's certain people who outweigh others. So please do your part, because it's really sad how how people who, really have legacies for one thing over the other are being disrespected. And it's this whole cancel culture thing. It's really interesting because people want to find a reason to disregard information or movements that have happened in our past that really made things happen. And the people who are doing the disregarding and coming together in droves, it's weird. Coming together in droves, what they're doing is muddying the water. So please be a part of love and progress, and not chaos and confusion, because it's very, very confusing. There's a lot of low vibrational people feeding into the programming. So that's one of the notes I have here. Do not harmonize with low vibrational programming. The second card is First Step, and it's a hydrangea. Whatever. I've heard it said before. Breaking down this problem into tiny pieces makes it easy to take the first step. Okay. Just like in the self-care thing that I did, as far as the entrepreneurial intuitives, if you are also a homemaker or you're juggling your work-life balance as well, the end of the year can be overwhelming because so much has happened throughout the year, and then we have all these things that, after the retrograde, this needs to be done and that needs to be done, and this didn't work out, so I need to do this. You calm down, right? You want to break it down into bite-sized pieces. And like one of the inspirational speakers, I don't know if it was Les Brown, Tony Robbins, somebody, I heard say that eat the frog first. So when the top of the day, whatever it is, that's the one thing that you dread doing the most, go ahead and get that done, right? Now, I have tried that many a times, but I'm not really a morning person. It's not true. I'm not, okay? Unless I work out real early. But at the end of the day, whatever you do, take your time, right? It's also saying that you may have to delegate, right? Ask for help where you can. Try to keep a lot of your things in your own hands when it comes to your personal finances or what have you, unless you have a financial advisor, someone who is well versed or educated in a specific area. But otherwise, this may be time for you to ask for help as well. Delegate responsibilities, right? Get the kids back on a chore schedule. Get yourself back on a chore schedule, especially if you are a single parent or someone who has a significant other, but they are off to work a lot or what have you. Sticking to those schedules really, really helps, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you get what you can done, right? 80-20 rule, 20-80 rule. But overall, I feel as though there's a need to go ahead and take that leap. You got to start somewhere. Sometimes you can have so many things that you've written down and so many things, so many people pulling you so many different ways. You got all these appointments, you got all these things to do. And it's like, no, what comes first? Let me go ahead and jump out here. Because it can be overwhelming when you have a lot, and you're just tired. This year has really been one of draining for many people, you see. Clarify this first step for me, please. You have a gift for working with young people, and your divine purpose involves helping, teaching, or parenting children. I figured it was somebody who was a housewife or something like that. Also, when you need help, it's important to have a very good standby babysitter, right? Someone that you can really trust to be a parent in your absence. I cannot tell you how many times I had to find, it was so hard to try and find a babysitter that I could trust that was not a family member. Okay? I remember going one time to this church. They had a daycare, and I was taking my voucher to get some assistance from the church to see if they could keep my children while I work. And when I tell you the election day is tomorrow, when I tell you that I was like, oh no, the lady of the church, she ain't know nothing about changing no pamper. And she definitely didn't know anything about cloth diapers. I sat there and watched her struggle. I'm talking about she used so many baby wipes. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this place. Her husband was just like, no, we're gonna be fine. And she was just, ooh, it was like she didn't want to get dirty, honey. So we couldn't go there. So long story short, be mindful of that. Some of you may even be deciding to open a daycare or a child service. That would be a great idea, because there's a lot of funding for teaching at home, creating an academy at your home for preschool or what have you. Not preschool, but prior to preschool or what have you, or daycare. That will be some nice extra money for you if you have the space for children, right? Because I do remember going to this one lady who had a very nice space, and she had a small child, and she had her house set up like a daycare, and it wasn't even hard. She had a little table where they eat lunch and breakfast and stuff, okay? And she had like a toy area, and then in the backyard she had a play area. She had mats for naps and stuff like that. If you got a den or an extra room that you can turn into a daycare, that would be dope.com. But overall, whoever you are, this has a lot to do with you teaching children, writing stories for children, or what have you. The big thing now is helping homeschooling parents come up with curriculums and things of that nature, and extra field trips and things like that little kids can do. Okay, don't ask me how I know, baby. I be everywhere on the internet, don't I? All right. What information do you have for the master study here, darling? Your desired outcome will happen in the near future. Have patience and faith, and don't try to force things to happen. So again, take that first step, take that first leap, and go ahead and just know that things will unravel and unfold the way that you need to. It's just that you have to make a move, right? Because a lot of times people think that with the law of attraction or manifesting or just wanting something, things are just going to come to you. No, you really have to work. You have to make get the gears going, raise the energy, show the momentum, show that you really want it, show that it needs, you want it to happen, and really, see that, do that, right? The action steps or what have you. So they're saying get to moving. Clarify this first step. It goes back to friendship. So you will be connecting with people who are going to, it's possible, right, that you have someone already close to you instead of connecting with new people. You may already have someone close to you who is going to help everything come together for you here. So that's very important for someone out there in the master statet. All right. Your next card is World Energy. I really like that. Can we all just come together? Can we all just get along? Right, the king. Okay. Now, World Energy. Agapanthus. Agapanthus? Whatever. Agapanthus. Whatever. The earth is going through a transition of energy. Really. Transition of energy, and your sensitive body is feeling it. You're not alone. Accept the help of others. This is all about relationships, friendships. I'm telling you today, baby. Throughout this month, this is what we are doing. We are connecting and vibing higher. We're working on our raising our chi energy as well, our life force energy, right? Because at the end of the day, again, with the shifts that have been occurring, I was talking to someone on yesterday about all of these different shifts and the different types of people that are out here, and how many people are, I would consider, because I've always used the term lost. Like, some people are lost. They're lost in who they are, where they are. Sometimes it happened early on through traumatic experiences, drug use, head injuries, because head injuries can go one way or the other, right? I know someone who got kicked in the head by a horse, and he was just as psychic as I don't know all that those. It clicked right in. He had a dent in his head, but he ain't died nothing. But then you have head injuries where it's like a shell shock type situation, right? So you want to be mindful of the energy you keep. So for here on out, we're going to say the energy you keep. Let me see. Instead of the company that you keep, it's the energy that you keep. This is important when it comes to communicating on your devices. What I've noticed here in the past couple of weeks is that if I think about something hard enough, if I think about something hard enough, the answers will, and I'm sure this is happening for y'all too. If I think about something hard enough, like a definite answer or resolution will pop up on my phone. Now, this used to be where if I'm just thinking about a little bullshit or whatever, right? Like, if you think about something silly, like, is my boyfriend cheating or something, and you'll get some kind of pop-up ad about, find his phone or some shit. I don't know. I'm just making it up as I go. Like, that's something that I would think is low vibrational, right? Because if you think he's cheating, he probably is, right? Unless you're very insecure. Now, but what I've noticed is that it's getting stronger to, see, that's why I feel as though can deaden the connection, right? Because not only are we in the space of being able to get on the artificial intelligence wavelength and change things, or be in control of our connection, right? Because again, there's an artificial intelligence realm, they say. I ain't been out there. Ain't no proof. But I got a strong feeling from what I've read. Now, so that's a huge example of this shift that has really come in this year, right? Because usually they trying to sell you something here and there and what have you, but now it's like if depending on the connection, you'll begin to see more things that are in alignment with your destiny, more things that are in alignment with your direction and where you are going, not things that are trying to deter you or distract you. So that's why you got to be in tune with your star player, in alignment with your assignment here. So that's very important. I thought I'd let y'all know. Whatever. Clarify this world energy. You're either part of the solution or you're part of the problem. It said friendship again. That don't go in this card, but that's that friendship card. The one I had in the wrong deck. Clarify this world energy card. Spend time alone in nature, meditating, And about your desires and intentions, ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. See what I'm saying? As far as cleansing regularly, I really feel like, hear me out. Hear me out. I know we've talked about in the meetings that we've had this year. Can't believe it's November already, y'all. The meetings that we've had this year about cleansing and staying on top of your cleanses and clearings, staying on top of controlling and being in control of your energy, your situation, really spending time. I don't know about you, but I am one of those people who need a lot of alone time because that's where a lot of my creative energy lies, right? Even when I'm out and about, I'm still alone, right? I'm in my body, I'm centered, and I'm getting information. So, jotting down stuff all day long. It's important for you to really get back familiar with yourself, really pull yourself away from the world when it comes to all of the programming. Be mindful of people trying to pull you back into spaces that you've grown out of. There's a huge attack on people who really are trying to do the right things. They're trying to change. They're trying to get their life together. And there's this huge collective of, it just feels like what you would see. Remember those old movies where you can see people reaching up from the depths of, I don't know if it's hell or like this smog or fog, and they reaching up trying to pull a person down into that. So if you visualize that and be like, no, I'm not going to give in to that, I'm not going to succumb to that, your faith has to be very strong. I cannot reiterate that or say that enough. Your faith has to be very strong when it comes to not being pulled so deep down into that, right? And depending on the type of work that you do, all too often people get into comparisons with one another as well. Be mindful of that comparison energy moving into next year as well, because there's so many people competing, and competition is not with anyone outside of you. You just want to be a better you. So you want to be mindful of that and be mindful of the conversations that are being said around you. I was speaking to someone yesterday and I was telling them that, you want to be mindful of people who know they study you, your every move, your mannerisms, and I'm like, are we fucking or not? Right? Because that's usually what someone that you like close to or fucking with does. Not someone who, even if someone is trying to get to know you and they just picking up everything, which is a normal behavior when someone is just intrigued by you. But you also want to know, like, is this person infatuated? Is this person obsessing? So you want to be mindful of those things when it comes to connecting with people, because it's very dangerous when, from the book of Boosie, he said, anybody that watch you up and down wants something you got. And you don't know the limit. Like, some people are flattered by that. Some people are flattered by people want to be like me, people this, that, and the other, and yeah. But when it comes real close to you, if it's someone very close to you or someone in your space, you've allowed in your space that wants that, be mindful of that. Be mindful of, like Dr. Miles Monroe said, people who love your gift, whatever your gift is, if you are charismatic and just like somebody just want that, you got to be mindful that people will do certain things to try and destroy that, right? Or try to demolish or put a strain on how others perceive you or what have you. Go ahead and move away from that, okay? Catch it early because it's not cute, right? Also, with this spending time alone, this is about self-reflection. So there's a lot of self-reflecting going into this last quarter of this year. Ask for help. Stay connected to your angels, guides, ancestors, overall God. Make sure that you stay connected, right? Here, okay. Let me get off here. It's been 30 minutes already. I am not going on beat because I got the jazz playing, the music playing. I just know I heard something. Clarify this, Layla. You have an important life purpose involving communication and the arts. Please don't allow insecurities to hold you back. Archangel Gabriel said that he will help you. Now, I don't know if angels have sexualities. I thought they were androgynous, but don't ask me. I'm not well versed on it. I just know that it's some real stuff be going on with them angels. Now, if you are on the world stage, if you're doing anything that has to do with communicating with people, because this is someone here. Excuse me, I don't know if y'all heard that. It came up there. Someone here is thinking about how can they step fully into their purpose. What is it? How can they do things without having to be maybe like this, right? And this is, a very interesting space, the YouTube space, the Instagram space, just even being online and just, being of service to people and what does that look like to you in this space? You may even be in software or trying to figure out what this career change is, I feel like, and how can you help. Someone is also going and doing some missionary work, I feel. Okay. Wanting to travel, wanting to get out more, wanting to get away. Maybe some relocation that has to do with you stepping fully into your purpose. You're going to bump into some people that are needed on that leg of your journey to point you in the right direction. Look, undecided. Home. Undecided and home. Somebody is relocating, but they got to make a decision. Spend time away from where, Also, you can make you a digital vision board as well to try and get in, or a couple of digital vision boards and have them where you can see them and see, what feels, new to you or something that you would want to experience, right? Not new to you, but something you may want to experience, something that is really sitting in, where can you settle? Right? If you're anything like me, a fucking van. A van or a RV or something. I personally want to travel the world, but y'all already knew that. I already told y'all that years ago. But thanks to last year, they slowed us down. We got things to do. But as far as now, someone doesn't know the direction in which they need to go. That's why it's important for you to sit and take time out. Some of you may even need to spend time at home. Maybe you're not spending a lot of time at home, or feng shui. Feng shui may help you as well. Now is the time to learn, study, and gather information. Enjoy being a student, because in the future you will synthesize your knowledge into action. So whatever this is about your insecurities that you have that are holding you back, you're learning about yourself, you're learning about your craft, you're learning about, different places that you want to travel or move to. You're learning about whatever it is that you are learning about. You need to meditate on your desires and your intentions. Is this something that is going to help, or is it something that's going to hinder? Is this something that is going to help you to develop yourself and others, because you have this gift that that you need to express yourself? We are creatives. We are creatives. People with ADHD or any of those high vibing intuitives like that, it's really interesting that they don't provide certain types of information for these high level intuitives, because they are they need to have the freedom to be creative. They need to have the freedom to explore their creativity on whatever level that they are here to do that, right? And figuring that out as early as possible and encouraging and pushing that is very important as well. So maybe this is something that you want to look into. I'm unsure when it comes to children from the second card. But whatever you do, remember to stay connected, do the right thing for the right reasons, stand in your purpose on purpose, whatever that is to you. But always take time out to clear your energy. Make sure that the thoughts you are thinking are yours. Make sure the things that you want to do are things that you truly want to do, because a life for your life to be more fulfilling. Remember, you don't want to get to a space and age where it's like, I should have. No, go ahead and do that shit. Take a risk, because we're taking certain types of risk, and it can be a calculated risk, but taking certain types of risk can be very rewarding to the soul. Everything else follows. All right, I'm gone because I've been in here too long with y'all. The master study.